I know, I'm pretty pissed that a revolution is happening during my prime, also. I really wish that I could just chill and not produce a lot of cortisol, also. There is actually a thing in the energy about people's bodies taking on more of the collective trauma in order for it to be like transmuted. That's why we're seeing a lot more chronic illness now. It's not just due to the overall toxic load, the microplastics. It's also due to people actually becoming more sensitive. So if we think about people during the 1800s and like, wow, how did they just operate every day? Why weren't their bodies breaking down? Why weren't they having like chronic inflammation and thyroid disease all over the place? It's partly that there was a lot of collective trauma created overall of human history, really. War and murder and all kinds of terrible things just happening and nobody taking responsibility for it. And that trauma is grounding down into communities and into individual bodies. And people like me and you who are very sensitive are kind of sponging it up and then transmuting it and transforming it into positive things. And then we're like, okay, I feel better. And then we just sponge more of it up. And it's such an exhausting process for our bodies and our adrenals and our organs. So I just want to applaud you for what is happening to you if you are experiencing chronic illness during this time. A lot of the people that I talk to during this time seem to have been born to be revolutionaries, myself included. And I want to remind you, revolutionaries, that we have Eros revolutionaries and then we have Thanatos revolutionaries. So, Eros is the force that builds things up, and Thanatos is the force that breaks things down. The revolutionaries who break things down have a lot of energy, and they are expressing the energy of anger, really. This is the dark feminine. This is the how dare you treat me this way. And this energy likes to fight and it likes to break things. And we think about that energy a lot more when we think about revolution. Eros revolutionaries, they tend to stay inside, so you won't tend to see them in the streets as much, or you will see them providing medical care to the people who are doing the throwing and the running and the more energetic activities. And so I personally feel, as a chronic illness girly, that my part of the revolution is to stay inside and go to bed at a reasonable time and be there to care energetically for those who need sort of nurturing and regeneration and need to borrow my calm nervous system so that they can go back out and do their Thanatos. And I think that that might be helpful for anyone who feels they need to help with this revolution, but they don't have the energy, or they are someone who feels like kind of fragile and not able to go out and do some of those more deconstructing or breaking down activities. What can you do during this time to help your overall nervous system? Because it definitely will be a time of instability overall for the country. Build local community. I emphasize the word local because if we have periods of outages or periods of shortages, it's really helpful to be able to have a friend that you can borrow sugar from, or go and sit in their living room by their fireplace. To help your overall nervous system, you need to feel like you are being effective at changing something. To feel powerless and like you have to sit back and receive whatever treatment, that is one of the most stressful things on the human body. Everyone can offer something to a movement, and you will have built skills in your life that can offer something. I have never met anyone who cannot offer anything. So, whether that's a regular meeting that you attend and you offer your advice, or if you're too tired to offer regular meeting attendance, maybe you participate on email or through text message or some way that you can get to it when you can get to it. A lot of people knit clothing, crochet hats, all kinds of stuff like that. I don't care what you do, but I care that you get involved and feel that you are contributing to a community. This is very good for human mental health and physical health. I'm hearing for you specifically, this commenter, to stay away from the news and a lot of constant reporting. Some people can handle it. I don't have a lot of astrology placements in my outer houses, so most of my placements are in house 1, 2, and 3. And for whatever reason, the outside world news doesn't seem to affect me much. There are people that the outside news really, really bothers them internally, and it sounds like you are one of them. Overall, be flexible to the changes that want to come in, be available to move. Do not hold on to things. This is going to be a period of things coming apart and changing. So, as much as you can develop flexibility in your life, and that may even be flexibility in your physical body, maybe doing more yoga and stretching, maybe that will help you actually transfer that ability into your emotional and mental states. Conversing with humans regularly and socializing regularly in whatever way feels good to you is really good for the flexibility of the brain and the neuroplasticity. Also, I don't know if you were worried about your money around this tumor that you have, but I'm hearing that that will get taken care of. Maybe not easily, but that there's not going to be like long-term debt around this for you. That just kind of came out randomly. And yeah, nothing else is specifically coming out for the collective around the revolution and around the people who are going to be helping. So if you all have questions about this or want expansion, I think I have more information, but I don't know that anything else specifically is coming out. So hopefully this was helpful.